Hello again, welcome back to the Vortex for part 9, maybe 10? I don't remember at this point. For Aspera, not much happened in the last one. Just continue expanding on Mars. That's what our goal has been this entire time. We finally hit above 8% on our scanner, which again hasn't really actually given us much. We are continuing to go outwards though. Scanners are taking a bit longer to do so, but we'll continue pushing the scanners out and creating new ones as we go along. And yes, picking up right from the last episode, so we did have a quick resave right there. And we got some aluminum right here, maybe? Silicone. Looks like we are going to lose some aluminum down here in this water supply. Actually, I hadn't even noticed all the water right here earlier. We are continuing, hopefully that in this episode we'll finish our Hyperloop, we'll get that started, and maybe even connect these two here and work our way down or up to a few of these landing areas here and creating some new research outposts. And just we do have another chemical right here. 3,000, we definitely need that. We need the flood zone, but hopefully we can grab what we can out of it. We'll work our way up in this spider-like veins. Come on. There we go. Do another fusion plant. Do solar farms on that. The reason why I do solar farms is they are a bit cheaper, but they do supply at least some power. And we'll throw down a fusion plant here or there to support the grid in the event of windstorm, sandstorm, whatever you want to call them, such as what's happening here. Put those two down there. We'll also go ahead and include a worker hub up in this area as well. But I do see we do have an iron here, though I think we're going to go ahead and grab as well. Get all the supplies we can at once. Put up another here. That's right on the edge of our scanner range, so hopefully maybe if we go out this way we can pick up some more as well. And you can see just how much all these chemicals we're losing just because it's in this what will eventually be flooded area. And you're starting to see some of the water come up here, and already we're going to lose at least these 4 right here: the maintenance, the 2 irons, and the 1 water tractor for sure within who knows how long. That being said, I'm continuing to look where else I can build. Might as well go ahead and come onto this silicone mine as well. That and this one, kind of in the middle, we will put down a fusion plant for it. Okay, right there. And make sure any issues there. Actually, we're going to put down a couple extra workers to kind of alleviate some of these choke point-like areas. Obviously, the more workers we have, the easier items getting around will be, easier time we'll have in making things up. You set them down fairly regularly, but it never hurts to have a few extra sprawled out here and there or connecting areas such as like this. Now we've got a cross platform right here in case we decide to fill any of this area up. Or with like right here where we have both carbon and, or iron and aluminum that we can work up to. Grab both of those with a fusion plant. We kind of want to make sure anytime you do an expansion like that, having that maintenance facility is a boon in that aspect. Not quite close to the edge there. Ugh. Allergies are not fun, and we're starting to get into that time of year where those will really become a problem within a few months. Thankfully not yet, but I do dread it happening. We're also starting to finally see a bit of positive, or at least higher positive, on our food. We did have a bit of a drop there, but I saw it up to 25. I saw it. Which is what we want. We want to have that high amount of food on hand. That way, the more food we have, production-wise and in storage, the higher we'll be able to put our population, which will be the higher amount of research we gain, so that we can get these higher research tiers a bit later on. It looks like these guys are fully finished up here, so we're going to go ahead and start put down a couple scanners in this area. That way this spot here can start working its way out. Come on. There's... We'll put 3 down. By doing that, then from... Where is it? From this section here, this will start to work out as well. Actually hook up with here and then continue moving to the east, south, and north, and supporting these other scanners and discovering what is available. And hopefully we can continue to find more chemicals. That's for, I think, the longest time is going to be our biggest issue, is just what we have on hand chemical-wise for everything that we need chemicals for, from our polymers to our foods to our production of gases. You know, anything in that aspect we're going to need chemicals for. Like, we do have those extra worker hubs down, but I think that's going to help. And just like we do have helped at least some of what's transpired here, breaking up various areas, help things move a bit faster. We're about to hit our hyperloop. It's what we've been waiting on for so long. So say it's 4 months, so darn. And we're continuing to drop, it seems, on our millibars. I don't know if that's just because they're bleeding out into the atmosphere or what. Hopefully once we get this, we'll go ahead and we'll jump down to the... bring it in from off-site or off-world and depositing it here on Mars. We'll hope that jump up and get us up to our next stage. I mean, we're only having 3 of these plants here, putting out 1/1,000,000th of a millibar per chemical, which isn't much, but it's helped us in the long run. We've jumped up tremendously in the base temperature of the planet, and we've jumped up quite a bit. I mean, this was only like what, 100, maybe 150 when we first started in stage 2. But at this point, I don't know if it's just because there's such a little difference, and this is bleeding out into the atmosphere or out into space proper, is why it's now taking so long as it is. So, almost there. Another couple days, we'll have our hyperloop. And we'll really be able to expand. I'm looking over here for... Yeah, there we go. Just what we need. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll do our import there. And that will go a lot faster because we do have a lot more on hand for that. Now that being said, we will go ahead and we'll start putting out our hyperloop terminals. And you can see that trackway there. That's where the hyperloop will eventually connect to. And we're going to put down several and try to keep them more or less at least one connected with another as we work our way over. And you can see they do have a pretty good distance. That's going to just shrink travel between those points by that much more. So we'll have all of those. And we want to make sure that there's that one there. We'll put one here.
Earth's excess of greenhouse gases is a big part of why this mission exists. That we import some of those gases for use here on Mars.
Yeah, you can see already we've completed 3/4 of it. That's how much of a difference that makes. Now, how fast is that? It's almost done. It's just the parts in the aluminum at this point. But right now, a lot of the aluminum is being eaten up by the electronics factory, so that's no surprise there. Now, once these are completed, we will need to actually connect these, I believe. I don't know if those are something lost power. What has lost power? Glass kiln 2. Why are you suddenly without power? -7. I think something had gotten built up there. Go ahead That or it's another sandstorm, which is probably the case. Trying to find... There, that works. You know, these loss of power on these is what's a big pain of it is. We are starting to get there, though. See, there's our first hyperloop. Now that's going to pull in the resources here to connect with this one here, which is in 24 carbon, 24 steel. It's quite a bit, but it will make a major difference in the long run. I see that we are for a couple mines up here, so we'll get those taken care of. And there's our greenhouse gas import. At this point, we're going to start shooting up on our biological, or I believe our space in that one. Let's see, we had that. And, oh, that's a scanner. Not what I meant. Yeah, stop that. There's hyperloop, so we'll connect that to there. Okay, and got a bunch of rubble down here. Alright, well, being that we have that finally, we're going to go ahead and we're going to set up for an import on that. So 3, 8, 9, 14, 15 months for who knows how, oops, for who knows how much. Oh, cool, that helps. So we'll do this once and see where we get. I mean, it's not like we need a whole lot. So being able to renew or not renew, that's going to be helpful, I think, in the long run. Because if we keep importing greenhouse gases while we've been completed, I think that's going to harm us in the long run. Now you're still waiting for stockpile, I believe. Or it's either you're waiting on the stockpile or you're completed. Oh, you're completed. You saw how fast that was. They're just shooting back and forth at this point. That's why you want the hyperloops for these long distances, because now they're moving just that much faster and going to this one here, which is going to connect down here. Which is all of this right here is going to go straight over.
Space technology is truly groundbreaking.
Really? You really needed that update for some reason. Now where did I know I put one up here. There it is. This connected there. And then get that connected to there. And this one. That way we have a bit of a kind of a slanted rectangle. I forgot the term of it. At least we have those going there, which is going to help us in that aspect. And then we're waiting on this one here to connect these two sides. And then this one here is going to be waited on as well. We're waiting on the parts, we're waiting on the aluminum. And they're not even working the scanners yet. You know, it's all the aluminum going straight for the electronics. So we'll cut that down at this point. Hopefully it'll start to redirect the aluminum elsewhere. Actually, we'll even go ahead and upgrade our aluminum mine to help it go a bit quicker. We may pull the steel out of the hyperloop, sure, but we're kind of needing it at this point. There's our next part. I'm not sure what this is going to be for. Rich in nitrogen or CO2 into the planets. Okay, so that would help increase the temperature. Don't think we're going to need to worry about that quite yet. So where do we want to go next? I don't want to so much go for mines yet. An extra 400 building would be nice. Oh, there's our water treatment plant. That's going to be helpful. No, we'll go for that, being that's brand new. Now, I don't know if that's going to require all of this being flooded in or not, but that should help us. Well, that will help us in the long run. Ooh, we even have more uranium right here. It's in the flood zone, but it is already connected to the power supply, which is going to be a bit nice. We do have more water here as well. Oh, that's our scanner in this area. It's right on the edge. We'll shoot for that here in a bit. We are still holding at 668 people. Put up for this solar farm here, so that we have a bit in that aspect. I see we have uranium right here as well. So grab that, and I saw that was outside the maintenance. So we'll put another maintenance facility down. Now we do have our scanners right there. We're going to be hard at work discovering all that's around it at a very quick pace, which is going to be nice, and then we'll soon join up with what's discovered over in this area here as well. And that goes so much faster, just so much nicer. There's our uranium mine. We'll start the maintenance factory. At this point, we'll go ahead, we'll update that, bring that back down. Some of these other ones, some of these other items back down to just a regular fill it as you can type deal. Another. The more we find, the happier I am, especially early on in this kind of area here, because at least then I know I don't have to worry so much in regards to what to do. There we go. So there's that. I think we'll go ahead and we'll do these bio-eared lichen. I was going to convert CO2 into O2, which is what we're going to need for, I believe, the next stage. We'll go ahead and we'll grab this here, that we can get a start on it. And see, now we're down even further on the millibars. We've dropped 10 since the last episode. And yet we're still putting out... And we're also lost power in this area again. The next part is we do have the uranium mine here. So, okay, so the water treatment plant's under the mines. I think we will go ahead and we'll set down for a fusion plant, fission plants. Fission, fusion, still don't know on that one. Do it right here, and that will just pull them straight into that. Let's see where we can put this down. It needs water level and power. Ah, so it needs at least... So like there, it's fine. I can't tell. It's got that input on the left there. I don't know what that is, but that's, you know, that's 100% effectiveness. Maybe you need 20% in order for it to be functional. Yeah, because as soon as it hits 17, 19, even 19, so yeah, you need at least 20% of that circle to be able to be produced. And again, you see the red there is underwater, so we can't actually put anything underneath. Which is a bit disappointing. So yeah, I won't be able to do anything until it actually gets out into this area here. But the fact that we have that unlocked is definitely a boon. Ooh, we could actually put it one of those down in here. Though we're still in the flood zone, still in irregular terrain. It's not until we get this area down here unlocked I think we'll be able to really take effectiveness of this. That's nice, that's new. Surprised that we're still waiting on these down here. Actually, considering there's a steel factory right here.
Lichen is crucial to create a bridge from trace amounts of oxygen to the levels needed for more advanced beginning of the spread of plant and animal life across Mars.
Woo woo. Which is what we want. Let's take a look here. We're down to our last month on that, and hopefully we'll see if that kicks us up high enough for what we need, because that will be just a big push in that. I think we're going to go ahead put rushes on Oh, that's done. So we got that one connected. I think we'll all shoot into this one here, and then we'll auto connect to this one. And then once items here are closer, we'll shoot to this as well. I mean, we've already... Maybe not? I can't tell. No, okay, yeah, it's connected because you got the 18 there along with all the steel. Then we put a rush on that one. They're waiting on the last of the uranium here for this, which will help stabilize this. And I do see that we have another carbon. We'll grab it. Actually, we'll go ahead. We'll put down a couple of storage centers. And I do see that water extractor. Yay, water. I mean, actually, that's finished as well, so we're literally just waiting on this. Just outside the range of power. Grab that, and then you got the maintenance right here, so we don't have to worry so much about that. The rush there. And now that's connected, which is helpful. Up to over 750, and then we're back down to just a 16, 17 on food. I think we'll also set up another food factory over here. It's 4 uranium still. You know, the last few pieces of these. Hopefully we'll get those up pretty quick. Almost done with the lichen. Really? We didn't come up very much. Huh. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that again. We'll just keep up on that. Like, I would think that this would have jumped up far more than it did. But, you know, that might be one of those things to where, with the update on 1.1, that may have been adjusted. You may need to have like a certain amount of output of the greenhouse gases to be able to withstand having... We're actually going to put down a couple more throughout. Have a certain amount of output in order to hold on to what's in the atmosphere. Because, you know, we had that delivery, so you think that would have made that much of a change, but it didn't, which is a bit of a surprise in all honesty. Oh great, now we've lost a lot of power in this area. Which again is going to be from the sunstorms. Yeah, minus 71. There's our biolichen. I think we'll go ahead and we'll continue with our next biotech. So we got that going, and then we need to get that connected as well. And then that way we'll have this rapid transport between 2/3 of our colony. And then as soon as hopefully this comes up, we'll put those up, and then we'll turn off our scanners for the time being to try and save power on the rest of the grid. I mean, we're still sitting at minus 60, so that didn't even make much of a difference. Hopefully this will be able to be picked up soon. Like, that's, you know, maybe, does the mines, when the mines increase the uranium as well? They don't. That's kind of a disappointment there. Though I suppose we could also do this nuclear carbon extractor. Extracts carbonites from the ranges, then releases CO2. Huh. That's new. That would create... okay, that would be a sustainable nitrogen, which I think we're going to need at the very tail end, if I remember right. Like, already I know we're going to need the import nitrogen for that, and then this is going to be a help as well. Interesting. So there's been a fair amount of change to this. And I'm just trying to understand what all difference there is in it. I really wish we had a way to upgrade these uranium mines. Until otherwise we just continue working our way over. We know that we will eventually get to it. Go ahead and sit down. A couple more batteries in this area. Obviously, the more power use we have, the more we're going to drain out. And we'll actually put down another solar farm there. You know, I could essentially work my way out here, but there really isn't no point, because who knows what that's going to pop in this area. Being able to have that handy is going to be that much more helpful. Still need 3. Oh yeah, the biodome. We are starting to push back up on our pressure with the addition of those couple of greenhouse gas plants. I think we're still waiting on one of them getting the steel, looks like. I think we'll even put one terminal up. It hit. Couldn't tell if it was or not. Now, this one up here will connect to these two down here. But you can see just zipping about like that, how much of a difference that makes. I wonder, that's too far. Oh well. Wasn't sure. Take that off. Oh no! Ugh. Alright. First scrap. I'm scrapping that. I need the chemicals far more than I need a power plant right there in the middle. But what I can do... Actually, no, because I still have over 500 units. So dropping that shouldn't affect anything, far as I know. Though I am going to need a worker hub over here.
Adapting biological systems from Earth to Mars is a real challenge. Life is adaptable, but slow.
Put a bunch of worker hubs down to help support this area. I didn't realize I don't even see one right now. Yeah, right now it doesn't even register as one. I think it's just this guy right here. Okay, yeah. So this one guy is supporting all of this area. No wonder that's a bit on the slow side. Why did I pay attention to that? One more! One more! So close. That'll kick everything back up, which is going to be so helpful. So now let's get the worker hubs a priority in this area. I had not realized how much strain those groups were under. Yeah, that's still... We're back up to 278, which is nice, but we're still dropping again. Which I don't understand on that. I mean, unless I'm supposed to start trending over to... You know what, why don't we go ahead and put down these biodomes? I mean, it's not going to hurt us to start on having oxygen available. So we'll put 2 in. And who knows, maybe converting it over will help us in that aspect. I'm just taking a guess at that. At least that's the idea behind it. And now we have all those worker hubs up. So we should actually see the workers populate them fairly quickly. But yeah, that chopped up that area greatly. Now we've lost the power plant there. We're going to the chemical mine. In which case we'll even put down another food factory in this area. Come on! We'll even put down a storage center as well. Even 2. Put down 2. And the first one didn't click. Like, for whatever reason, sometimes you click on something and it doesn't actually stick. And I don't know. That's another one of those things where I don't know the why behind that. Okay, so we do have the uranium mine. Having finished, got everything power-wise back up there. The scanner's back on. And we're looking at plus... Oh, we're still in the plus 20s. Good. That's what we want to see. That being said, I think... Get that going. And that's actually outside of the power range. We'll put down a fusion generator right there. I think we're... Okay, yeah, that's perfect. And then this will connect here. And then if they have any issues on this end, at least supply-wise, they'll be able to pull from the actual stockpiles that we have to fill in. And we're above 30 food. Above 30 food, above 800 people. We're getting there. We're being successful. We're being smart. All bonuses. And this up here hasn't changed at all either. Which is kind of a disappointment, but what we can do. And we do have our biodomes going, which is not pulling anything from anywhere by the looks of it. Thought I put 2 down. So I thought I put... Okay, there's the second one right here. Not quite finished. Needs the last of the steel by the looks of it. But we do have the one at least. So hopefully that will... Oh, and actually we're climbed a bit on our M bars. And we can have up to 15,000 colonists now. Hooray! So what do we want to do next? Oh crap, so many options, so many options. So we'll figure this out in the next video and move on from there. If you've enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe below. As we put a cut in here, I believe this was part 9. Come part 10, hopefully we move on to stage 3, but we'll see how we get to. Beyond that, welcome to the Vortex, and we hope to see you again.